the machine. Angry kid, bad at every level, calling out the kings and the fish and lady devils. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise, burning down the town. He talks, he fights, he stays up through the night. Paradise is burning down, words of paradise. He wears a digital crown.
Welcome back to the lunch hour. How are all you vital idols doing, bro? The cope! The absolute cope! That's all it's been. Let me tell y'all. I went to bed last night thinking, yo, this Crunchyroll story is going to be insane. This Crunchyroll story is going to blow the roof off. And then, in between Crunchyroll shit in the bed yesterday, sleeping throughout the course of the night, and waking up, the world is melting down over GTA 6. The leaks have been incredible. By saying incredible, I don't mean the game looks incredible. No, far from it. It looks like dog shit. But the shilling, because of the leaks, the reaction has been amazing. I have got pages of it. Pages. First of all, shout out to, Hypno and Sevi and Kata and basically everybody who put a curated list of leaks together for me to react to, because I don't even have to do any fucking work thanks to all them doing it. But yeah, man, it's going to be a great show. We got more than just the GTA stuff, but it's all going to be gaming related. It is fucking crazy out there, people. Shout out El Mervov coming in with a two-banger, 4 p.m. here. No dinner HR, but GTA 6 news. Oh, yeah. Plenty of GTA 6 news. C-Brew is up in this bitch. Shout out to you, C-Brew. Jack SG2s. Mad Hatter. Shout out. Valiant Goat. You love to see it. My boy Hypno is here. Shout out to you, Hypno. Michelle X22. Sleeping Nova. Edmund doing his thing. Appreciate you, Edmund. Dat Darn Otaku. The Chud King. Crunchyroll is a pretty good sushi, but a bad streaming platform. Yes, I completely agree with that. You guys haven't watched the video released today on the Crunchyroll stuff. After the stream is over, definitely check that out. I feel like is a pretty good one. Artemis Entreri, shout out to you. C.E. Winnick, Del Runaway Vagabond, Light Ferret holding it down over on Kick. Guys, it's the lunch hour. I hope you all got plenty of protein today. You know your boy got that green tea. Absolutely no sugar. Not sponsored. I just really love me some green tea. And without further ado, let's just get right into it. We're going to go through everything that has been at least been drawn to my attention. Not even everything. I'll be real. Not even everything. We're gonna attempt to go through as much as we can of what has been drawn to my attention when it comes to the GTA 6 stuff. And we're gonna start with this right here from CyberLeak himself, which I've also heard isn't his account, the guy doing the leaking. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not. Rockstar Games, we will not be playing any more waiting games today. You are under a ticking time bomb. Meet our demands, or else we will leak the rest of the gameplay. Every gamer has a voice. CyberLeak, official CyberLeak Discord. Now, first of all, I do not recommend anybody join the Discord. I don't. Y'all know good goddamn well. We've seen people, be sued into oblivion, sometimes even get jail time for leaks. I'm not going to be showing any leaks, mind you. I'm going down. Now, I've seen some myself. But that being said, I don't feel like getting the stream and possibly my channel taken fucking down. So I'm going to be just going over the responses to said leaks. But yeah, it's going to be quite legendary. So I would not recommend joining his Discord. I do think that there's probably a good chance that Rockstar will just bleed through everyone they can to make some sort of legal action happen. But I love the phrasing. I love the verbiage he uses here. You're under a ticking time bomb. Meet our demands, or else we will leak the rest of the gameplay. Like, bro sounding like straight up Magneto or some shit. Dude is out here just giving his best Marvel cosmic destroy the universe villain impression. And I love it. It has been... I don't care if what they're doing is illegal. I'm just looking at it right now. I don't care what they're doing is illegal. What Robinhood did was illegal as well. Also, I will take just because something is illegal does not necessarily mean it's immoral. Also, the vast majority of the people hating on this guy and hating on what's happening are the same sort of leftists that cheered Luigi Mangione after he gunned down a father and family man, just openly in the streets. So needless to say, I don't really care for others' views on what is and isn't moral when those are the types of people that were making statements like, oh yeah, I agree with a murderer, but what they're doing to Rockstar, that's too far. El Murloff with a 5-banger. Leon loved the white protein. Also won't be here Friday, so no Jetbox Terror for me. Discord's a trap, but imagine holding him hostage. Yeah, the Discord is a trap. Shout out. Thank you for the 5-banger. Sucks you won't be here Friday, but no, I understand. Obviously, things are... Obviously, real life comes first. All right. So we're going to move on from CyberLeak's post, which, again, I just thought was funny, to how people are actually reacting to it. The GTA 6 leaker says that there's in-game currency that can be traded for real-life money for creators who create on its social media. Is anybody shocked? Is this true? I bet this is true. I bet this is 100% true. I have nothing to back it up beyond just the leakers talking shit or people talking shit about the leakers. But guys, we saw Assassin's Creed Shadows last year or the year before last, whatever fucking year it was, basically have a battle pass for a single player game. Battle pass for a single player game. Do you really think it is beyond the greedy ass company of Rockstar, who have already spent upwards of roughly $3 billion on this game? Again, I don't know if that's actually true. There's rumors saying that this game's been in development for 13 years. Actually, I'm exaggerating a little bit. I think I heard $2 billion. Point is, production budget of $2 billion. Needless to say, if this game has a production budget of $2 billion, it doesn't matter if it is the most famous game in the world ever. They're going to need to recoup on some major costs. Because I bet that $2 billion production budget does not even include marketing. I mean, they had to pay to score a Netflix deal. Marketing costs, I bet, are another bill. Because it's just like the movie industry. Whatever the production budget is, you almost have to minimum half, if not meet the same as your production budget. Now, I don't think they met no $2 billion in marketing. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $1 billion. So needless to say, you're looking at $3 billion. They would need to make untold scores of money to make this game be a profit. And how are you going to do that? Very easy way to do so. In-game currency that you can use real money for. And obviously, they're trying to say, hey, well, this is for content creators to make GTA-inspired content. Yeah, you got a lot of people. They're going to want to go viral, so they're going to pay money. I mean, there's the old phrase, right? You got to spend money to make money. Bro. These are all leaks. And as of, we should treat them all as rumors. That's what they are. We should treat these leaks as rumors. However, does anyone doubt this? GTA 6 is 4 or 5 billion in budget when releasing. Well, I don't think the budget would be 4 or 5 billion. People need to understand 4 or 5 billion, how like stupid expensive that is. No video game in the history of ever probably have 4 or 5 billion. Now, I will say it probably would need to make that to start turning a profit. 4 to 5 billion to start turning a profit does make sense because, again, you do it just like the movie industry. You got the production budget, you got the marketing, and you got the sales costs, which, the company doesn't get. If you buy it for $70, 70. This is GTA 6. If this is bought for $100, they don't immediately see all 100 of that. There's going to be percentages. Sony takes a cut, Xbox takes a cut, things of that effect. So, but it will still probably need, I would say, 4 or 5 billion to start turning a profit. Yes, absolutely. So yeah, that's El Murloc with the 2-banger. Going the gotcha MMO whale, not shot current. Yeah. And also, just given the way the game industry is going, I didn't even think about making that correlation. You're entirely correct, Murloc. They've already seen, we've got how many years of gotcha games now kind of dominating the charts, showing that this is a viable method, whether we like it or not, showing that this is a viable method. People are willing to pay God knows how many tons of money in things like, Wuthering Waves or what's the real famous one that everybody loves? Got the fucking feet in it. I'm blanking on the name. I don't really play gotcha games, as you guys can tell. But the point is, gotcha games have shown a model that, yeah, you can do single-player games with insane amounts of monetization, and you will get people paying for it. So shout out, Murloc. Thank you for the 2-banger. Then we got this one right here. The leaked footage from GTA 6 is 3 years old. Lol. The game is going to be the greatest game ever made. We're not ready. It's already exceeding my expectations, just seeing bad leaks. Anyone trying to trash this game is an obvious rage baiter, just farming impressions from morons. First of all, there's a few things to break down in this cope-ass post. He says, the leaked footage from GTA 6 is 3 years old. No, I don't think it is, because I tested uploading the GTA 6 leak to YouTube, and it was blocked even before I could publish it. The claim was globally programmed on the platform by Take-Two Interactive itself. The leak is completely real. And again, posted the fucking receipts. Posted the receipts does not allow you to be posted. It is insta fucking right there. You'd have to try and appeal it. Obviously, you're not going to get an appeal because this is the sort of thing that shouldn't be on there. But also, leak clip 3 includes a Tate McRae song from 2025. Guys, I don't know how good you are at the maths. Now, I ain't Asian, but I like to think I'm pretty decent at math. 2025 is not 3 years old. 2025 is, in fact, not 3 years old. Dude is coping when he says that. The song is from 2025, and Rockstar is, by the way, the song being from 2025 does not mean that the footage is from 2025. I just want to put that out there. That we mean it just can't be any older than 2025. So this is leaked footage from between 2025 and 2026. Confirm Leon isn't a math Asian. Yep, it's true. I'm not a math Asian. Even if it was 3 years old, the rest of the post is pure. Well, yeah, the rest of the post is pure sucking Rockstar's dick, and that's what I was going to get to. Even if it was 3 years old, this game is going to be the greatest game ever made. Guys, even if I was interested in GTA 6, I'm not, never have been. I've said a million times, I don't like GTA 4. I don't like GTA 5. I don't like GTA post the PS2 era. But even if I was interested in GTA 6, I could think of probably a dozen games off rip that I think are going to be just better fucking games. Fallout New Vegas, Ocarina of Time, Smash Bros. Melee. Some people would say Skyrim. I've never played Skyrim, but it wouldn't surprise me if Skyrim was on a list. Frankly, I bet San Andreas will probably be better than GTA 6. You'll never be able to do more in GTA 6, despite the fact that a lot of it's probably going to be paywalled. The graphics will be better, but just in terms of like the fun, the characters, the interactivity, like I would be willing to bet that San Andreas would be better than GTA 6. Yes, Expedition 33, absolutely Expedition 33 is going to be a better game than GTA 6. So needless to say, just that, it's going to be the greatest game ever made. These are shills. Like, bro, his asshole was puckered when he typed, "We're not ready." It's already exceeded my expectations just seeing bad leaks. saying bad leaks. He has to say they're bad leaks because he has to keep up the cope of the fact that these leaks are 3 years old. This footage is 3 years old. Well, first of all, no, it's not. Take-Two and Rockstar pretty much confirmed it's not by their actions with the blocking of the videos and the removal of the videos. If they were 3 years old, why would it matter? But also the presence of a song from 2025 in said leaks, clearly not 3 years old. So if you're saying these are bad leaks, as in the footage looks bad, you're saying that about your beloved recent version of the game. That's the funny part. He's saying this about a version of the game that is recent, and he just does not want to believe it. Like, this is what I mean when I say it is insane levels of cope. Guy's expectations are underground, but he still claims the game's going to be great. Fucking exactly. GTA 6, fun costs extra. Dude, the amount of people dick riding for this game, even the shilliest of the shills should have been given pause when Rockstar announced, hey, there's going to be a bunch of in-game content, stuff that's already in the game when you download it, not DLC, that will be further paywalled unless you buy the deluxe $100 edition. That's why this is a $100 game, guys. Everyone can be like, it's not actually the deluxe edition is 100. The real game is actually 80. No, it's not. No, the real game is 100 because you're not getting the in-game content without paying the $100. Let's see. They've been coping so hard. They're trying to say that Rockstar got early access to a 2025 song a few years ahead. No. Let me explain why this is bullshit. Because I've told you guys I've worked in the music industry. You don't usually record songs years in advance. Every now and again, you'll have like songs that you recorded, then you ended up not using, and they'll go on like EPs or like special editions of albums later on. But no, you don't make a song in 2023 to put out in 2025. It's not like a movie or a video game. The song making process actually has quite the quick turnaround because the music industry changes so frequently because you always have to have a hit on the radio, things like that. Songs get created within usually less than a year. It's usually like a 9-month or less process. So let's say that GTA, that Rockstar was like, oh, this song is going to be a hit. We can look in the future and tell this song's going to be a hit, so we want to pay for early access to it. I'm sorry. There is literally no amount of logical leap you could take to make that make any sort of fucking sense. Here we go, guys. Someone actually being intellectually honest. Waiting 13 years for GTA 6 just to get a map that's 90% made up of brush, just like GTA 5, and the stiff animations from Red Dead Redemption 2, Lamau, for 100 with no physical copy, and they're trying to convince you that anyone who bought this isn't an idiot. Now, here's the dealio. I don't know what the map's like in GTA 5. I don't remember. I played GTA 5, didn't fucking like it. And I've never played Red Dead Redemption 2, so I don't know if the animations are stiff. I know there's been some people talking about the revisionist history of saying those games are bad. I'm not going to say anything about Red Dead because I've never played any. The only Red Dead game I played was Red Dead Revolver on the PS2. I will say, yeah, GTA 5 fucking sucked. GTA 4 sucked. GTA 5 sucked. Of course, I'm going to be on the impression that GTA 6 will suck. But yeah, if this is the case, $100 for a barren fucking game. To be fair, it's not $100 for a barren game. It's $80 for a barren game. If you pay the $100, you get all the stuff they paywalled, all the in-game content they paywalled and locked behind the $100 deluxe edition. That if this were 2006, would have just been in the game by default. C-Brew, member for 19 months. Shout out. That is a long time for membership. I appreciate you, homie. Getting close to 2 years membership. Currently taking the 2 TB M2 SSD out of my PS5s. I type hashtag cancel Sony Plus. Cancel Sony Plus indeed. Shout out. Thank you for 19 months of membership. That is absolutely legendary. Guys, get this cope. Get a load of this cope. Theory. What if GTA 6 gameplay leaks came from Netflix rather than directly from Rockstar? Netflix is reportedly set to showcase GTA 6 gameplay, which raises the possibility that the leaked footage was obtained from material provided to Netflix ahead of the showcase. We've seen something similar before with GTA 6 Trailer 1 leaking through corrupt YouTube employees ahead of its official release. Just a theory, but could explain how CyberLeak got access to the footage. They are looking to blame anyone but Rockstar. It's like, oh no, but Daddy Rockstar couldn't do us wrong. Daddy Rockstar wouldn't hurt us like this. I mean, Daddy Rockstar may have just charged us $100 for the game and paywalled a bunch of content, and but they're not gonna hurt us like this, bro. You're grasping for straws. You're saying that it's Netflix. We gotta blame Netflix for all these leaks. Let me ask you a simple question. If someone at Netflix decided to leak this shit, at this point, don't you think Netflix would be the one doing the takedowns? We had a homeboy earlier show the image saying it was Rockstar and Take-Two taking it down. Netflix would be the one issuing the DMCA claims if it came from their footage, because it's what they have the license to share. It's part of their branding deal, their whole event coming up with GTA 6. It would be Netflix doing the takedowns. Netflix would make a statement. Netflix would be saying, we're conducting an internal investigation to find out which one of our employees, got this information to the leaker. Things to that effect. Like the idea that these corporate bootlickers and shills for Rockstar, they cannot blame them for anything. Guys, maybe Rockstar's got shitty security. When there were stories several years ago, like a couple years ago when GTA 6 was very first announced, like 2023, 2024, something like that, that a Rockstar employee got fired because his son had been hit in his office and his son was recording early build GTA 6 footage. Like, I feel like I remember that being a story. What the fuck does Netflix have anything to do with GTA 6? Because in 9 days, on the 27th, maybe that's 12 days. Anyway, on the 27th, Netflix will have a 60-minute long or 40-minute long or something special first reveal event dropping exclusively on Netflix. This game is so commercial and so antithetical to gaming that they will be doing a minimum 40-minute, but several minute first look sort of event showcase exclusively on Netflix. Yes, I'm being dead serious. So for people asking, what does Netflix have to do with it? That is what Netflix has to do with it. It is cringe. It is corporatist bullshit. It is antithetical to anything gamers want. They are basically trying to make GTA 6 the Super Bowl of gaming. And honestly, they could have done it. They could have done it because GTA 6 was the most anticipated game probably in the history of gaming. But between all the delays, between all the leaks, between all the news coming out, damaging it, taking away physical media, paywalling content unless you buy a $100 version, people are souring on this game. Now, it's got its shills. Obviously, it has its shills. We're going over all of these shills. But honestly, I think that GTA 6 has been hurt by everything that's happened in the last few months. Now, to what degree has it been hurt? Who's to say? Even if they were at 100% performance before and now they're at 95%, guys, that 5% probably not going to make a huge dent. But I mean, 5% of being hurt, that's still a hurt. El Mervov with a 2-banger. No longer a first reveal now. Fuck you, Netflix. Oh, I couldn't agree more. Shout out Mervov with a 2-banger. I couldn't agree more. This could be possible. I don't think it was someone at Netflix, but someone could have made their way during a meeting with Netflix. No, because if it was the footage that Netflix was going to show off that was exclusively going to be shown off on Netflix, then it would be Netflix doing the DMCA takedowns. Because Netflix are the ones that will be showing off this footage. And again, Netflix would have made a statement. Rockstar might not be making any statements, but if it was Netflix would have made a statement. Let's see. What one do we have next? Oh, right. So from the same account, GTA 6 info, because the coping doesn't stop with the Netflix theory. Cyberlink confirms he is connected to Aryan Kurtaj, the key member of the Lapsus cybercrime gang who leaked 90 clips of GTA 6 in September 2022 via his Telegram. Knowing Durvov, we wouldn't expect much of a response to copyright inquiries, at least not from Take-Two. After all, leaks dating back to 2022, including those from our colleague Aryan Kurtaj, can still be found here. Cyberleak also states that he is not on any social media platforms and is only operating via Telegram and their official website. Everything else is an imposter. And this is why people are saying that the Cyberleak guy that's posting on X isn't the real him. I don't know why we believe him. I'll be real. I don't know why we would believe that CyberLeaks is an imposter. The imposter's posting, the imposter is posting all these GTA leaks to X. At the very least, they're tied to the real CyberLeaks, if that's the case. But beyond that, like, you're a cyber criminal. Why would we trust what you say? It's like, oh, no, well, it's not me doing the leaks on X. I'm not on any social media platform except for my own website and on Telegram. Why? Now, I agree with what you're doing. I'm not chastising you for being a cyber criminal. I agree with what you're doing. But by the same token, you are a cyber criminal. Why would anyone trust what a criminal says? Butterframe didn't go with a 10-banger. A year ago, after PSN got hacked, and while I didn't have a PlayStation system, someone got my info and bought games, so they cleaned out my bank account. Got my money back, but the account is banned. PlayStation can fuck off. Well, at least you got your money back. That's really what matters at the end of the day. At least you got your money back. Sony can fuck off because they're immoral, assholes who don't give a fuck about the gaming industry and really just want to put out movies that cosplay as video games. But I am glad you got your money back. So shout out. Thank you for the 10-banger. In fact, I'm glad that after you got that money back, you felt so fit is to send 10 of it to me because I offer you actual entertainment, unlike Sony and PlayStation. Appreciate you, Butterframed in Gold. You absolute fucking legend. Depends on who owns the rights to the trailer, Netflix or Rockstar. No, it doesn't depend on who owns the rights to the trailer. It depends on who has the rights to distribution. Not the ownership of the trailer, but the distribution. In this instance, it would be, if it was from the specific Netflix event, then it would be Netflix because it would be Netflix doing the distribution. So, you've got multiple different pipelines of who owns what, but how it would be distributed in this instance is Netflix. I've had enough takedown notices and copyright things and whatnot on my YouTube career to know very much how this shit works. Very much know how this shit works. So I'm not saying that it wouldn't be Rockstar or Take-Two that could have it taken down, but Netflix would make a statement if it came from them. They would. Netflix has made a statement about all sorts of shit in the past. Shout out Tiger King. How you doing, homie? Anyway, so yeah, it's a team. It's not just one guy. This is a team of experienced leakers and hackers. And frankly, I don't care if what they're doing is illegal. We got this one right here. I find hilarious. The leakers now claiming to have the ending of the GTA 6 story. Rockstar has to step in before this gets any worse. I don't think they can. I don't think Rockstar can step in. I mean, they can try, but clearly these dudes know what they're doing. I'm sure eventually something will come of this. I am. I'm sure eventually charges will be brought. I'm sure eventually the people doing this will be found. I'm sure that there will be legal proceedings that are pursued. But right now, it's happening on like such scale, at such speed, with such fervor. I don't think Rockstar has the manpower to contain this right now. What can they do? If Rockstar could do something about this beyond just the takedown notices, don't you think they would? Like, the leaks go up, Rockstar pulls them down. More leaks go up, Rockstar pulls them down. At this point, it's a game of cat and mouse. No, Fallen Angel, you couldn't care less. Not you could care less. If you could care less, then you do care some. You couldn't care less. I just buy sandbox games. They're boring. And I mean, again, I got no issue with sandbox games that they're done well, but yeah, I mean, I've never had an interest in this. From day one, no interest in GTA 6. Couldn't care less. But anyway, so yeah, the Rockstar has to step in. I don't think they can. I think they would. They'd have done it already. But the funniest part, even Reddit's afraid, bro. Even Reddit's afraid. Grand Theft Auto 6 leaker claims to have ending to the game from gaming leaks and rumors. You go to Reddit, though? Removed by moderator. This post has been removed from literally a subreddit called Gaming Leaks and Rumors. This is what your whole subreddit is supposed to be for. Gaming leaks. Gaming leaks and rumors. And this was removed by the moderator. Bro, even Reddit's like, we don't want to fuck with the Rockstar lawyers. We don't want to fuck with no Rockstar lawyers. Like, I thought this shit was, because I was like, okay, it's on X. Let's actually go to the Reddit. Let's see what's going on. Reddit is terrified. Reddit is very fearful in general. I use Reddit. Oh, Tyler King, never admit you use Reddit. Never admit you use Reddit. But you know what? I guess admitting you use Reddit is better than admitting this. Feeling terrible for the Rockstar Games team right now. Another event soured by leaks just 9 days before launch. Bootlick harder, daddy. What do you mean you're feeling bad for the fucking Rockstar Games team right now? They are a nameless, faceless corporation that doesn't give a fuck about you. That doesn't give a fuck about video games. They give a fuck about this. Your wallet. That's what they give a fuck about. You are a worthless plebeian to them. If you died the day after you bought GTA 6, they wouldn't give a fuck. Because at least it was the day after GTA 6, not the day before. That way, they still got your money. Acting like these fucking devs care about you is hilarious. Acting like these corporations, these nameless, faceless companies that purely exist to mooch off your dollar due, give a fuck about you is such just, it's pathetic behavior, dude. It's one thing to be parasocial to VTuber, for example. That shit's creepy as fuck. I see some people be like creeping on Cinny and whatnot. Like, I've seen some parasocial ass VTubers, but like, at least if I was going to give it some modicum of credit, or not parasocial VTubers, parasocial VTuber viewers. But anyway, if I was going to get some modicum of credit, at least you know it's like a real person behind it. There's a real person behind that VTuber model. A corporation isn't real. Like, it's not sentient. It doesn't have feelings. It doesn't know who you are because it's just a fucking corporation. And yet we got this account over here being also 9 days before launch. It's not 9 days before launch. It's 9 days for a fucking Netflix showcase. It's 9 days before a Netflix showcase. What do you mean 9 days before launch? When's the launch date again? Isn't it October? Hold on. GTA 6 launch date. Yeah, November 19th. What do you mean 9 days before launch? It's months before launch. Fucking retards. Wisnotic's Ministry of Matrimony with a 2-banger. They probably removed it because they ran out of ketchup. What does that even mean? Ran out of ketchup? Hey, most you can have. Is that over on Kick? Yeah, look at that. Anjuna Main gifting a sub over on Kick, hitting most you can have. Shout out. Thank you so much, homie. Truly appreciated. And then I'll move on with the 2-banger. Press X to doubt. Cinny is AI. Cinny is not AI. Okay, Cinny is she's too special to be AI. I'll put it that. Cinny is too special. If you die the day after it came out, they would probably try to sell to you again as a ghost. Yo, that's fucking true though. That's true. Feeling terrible for Rockstar Games team right now. The people working on this do not give a fuck if the game is leaked unless it's going to affect their job. That's what it is. The people working on this game do not give a fuck. Like, your average everyday plebeian worker at Rockstar making probably not too terribly much different than you guys and your jobs. Like, yeah, the low-level employees, the ones that are actually doing the work, as long as it doesn't affect their job, they don't care. They're trans, stimulating that flow. Oh, gross. I was worried that was what the ketchup thing meant. Cindy is Eric Jenkins with a voice changer. Subaru with a 2-banger. See, unfortunately, this is not true because I've hung out with both Eric and Cindy at the same time. It's kind of like that whole Batman meme. Oh, I've never seen Bruce Wayne and Batman in the same room at the same time. Well, I have been in the room with Cindy and Eric Jenkins, so I can tell you that is not the case. You'll have to come up with somebody else. But yes, Cindy is special. And I am an expert on special. Alrighty, where are we at? Oh, right here. iGrandTheftAuto.com. Do you think this account's gonna be biased, guys? Do you think this account's gonna be biased? iGrandTheftAuto.com. Let's see what this unbiased reporter on Next have to say. Given the leaks that keep coming, it's genuinely starting to feel like we need a statement from Rockstar and for them to potentially bring forward the Netflix preview. So do the Netflix preview early because leaks happened. Okay, that makes sense. I thought the leaks weren't from Netflix. I thought the leaks were 3 years old. I was reliably informed by that dude earlier that these leaks were 3 years old. If the leaks are 3 years old and this is old, outdated footage, why would we need the Netflix special? Unless the leaks actually are very recent and valid leaks, and the game still looks like trash. Awful news for Rockstar, and I really feel for the devs who've worked so hard on this, and we'll be looking forward to seeing everyone's reaction to the big reveal, but not like this. Guys, I'm going to do something I've never done on stream before. I'm going to assume the Rockstar position. There it is. That, my friends, is the Rockstar position. And this dude really was in that position while typing. Just bent the fuck over, hunting and pecking on his keyboard. I feel so sad for the devs. Oh, they want to see everyone's reaction. They're still seeing their reaction, motherfucker. They're seeing their reactions on X. Oh no, it's different when it's on X and not Big Daddy Corpo Netflix. The fuck you doing? Chill harder. Lick that fucking boot, you disgusting, pathetic worm. As cutscenes are now being included, there's a real danger story elements may begin to leak, which is the absolute worst that could happen. No one gives a fuck. No one plays GTA for the fucking story. Let's be real. I get it. All GTA games have a story. San Andreas is the only one with an actual good story, by the way. But nobody gives a fuck about the GTA 6 story. People are going to play this game for the sandbox, run and gunning, killing people, outrunning the cops. You're going to play the story mode once, and every other time it gets booted up, you're just going to fuck around and do shit. You want to know why GTA got so much replay in the PS2 era? Fucking cheat codes. Unlimited ammo cheats. Big head mode. Turning everybody into Oompa Loompas. Shit like that. Like, that's why, guys, you can just turn on the game and just a bevy and wonder of the world before you that you can change and alter, and just, that's why it's called a sandbox game. You're just in it to do crazy, fun, wild shit. Nobody's gonna fucking remember the story. Yeah, aside from San Andreas, what GTA games do you hear people talk about the story of years later? What, like, be real. Do people still talk about the story for Vice City? Do people still talk about the story for GTA 4? No, they die. I'm sure there are some that do, obviously. I'm not speaking in absolutes. It's hyperbole. But no. They don't. It's just, that's not why people play these games. It's not why anyone plays sandbox games. We got another one right here. Guys, we got several more of these. I'm gonna need you to hold your horses. I need you to understand. The shills are out in full force. City with a 2-banger. Careful. Hypno might want to rail you this time. You know what? After I made that assume the position, you're right.
I'm on HIV medication and I want Leon to rail me.
Shout out. Thank you, Ricky, for the jewels. Thank you, Cindy, for the 2-banger. Wisnotics Ministry of Matrimony with a 5-banger. Thanks for the pose, Leon. Now I just need some sleek hypno edits and I can check off that item on my bucket list. Oh, dear. Oh, no. I may have made a mistake, boys. I may have made a mistake. So we got this shout out. Thank you for the 5-banger, homie. Truly appreciated. Gameverse. Rockstar, please drop the GTA Netflix gameplay early. These leaks are starting to spoil way too much. Do these people understand that's not how it works? That's not how it works. Things don't just like, oh no, bad thing happened, drop early. No, they've got contracts with Netflix. They've had this planned for months, if not more. There is an event schedule. GTA just can't be like, phone up Netflix. Hey, yo, code red. Hit the button. They're not just going to fucking shadow drop a huge 40-minute GTA Netflix crossover event because of some fucking leaks. These people are retarded. And even if they could do that, why? What video game is worth this level of shillery for? Like I cannot think. It does not matter how many games I love. It is Sonic the Hedgehog. All right, guys, y'all know me. Y'all know me. I'm a Sonic fucking fanboy. You can see just the Sonic shelf right there. The fucking light up Amy statue. I'm a Sonic fucking fanboy. Ain't no level of a Sonic game to get me acting like this. Ain't no level of a Sonic. If leaks come out, and frankly, Sonic leaks happen all the time. When Sonic leaks happen, you know what I do? I check them out. Cool. Hope this is true. And then I move the fuck on. That's the way I treat leaks. I check them out if I'm interested in them. And I say, cool. Then I move the fuck on. Like, it is crazy to me that GTA. Most of these fucking people probably are also not old enough to remember the classic GTA. Like these aren't old school fans that are going to be reliving their childhood. These are oftentimes children that like, I get it. GTA 5 was one of those ported games ever. It's been on like 3 generations of gaming. But GTA 5 is not the end-all be-all of GTA. I don't know what you motherfuckers are talking about. And the fact they think they can just call up Netflix and be like, all right, drop the Netflix gameplay early. That's not how this works, my guy. You got to thank Mighty Queef here. Give it up. Shout out to Mighty Queef. Damn. Someone hacked Rockstar and threatened to hack them again. There are GTA 6 leaks everywhere. Crazy part is, everyone's hyped about the info and the leaks. So the hacker just helping GTA 6 PR. Where's the hype? I'm not saying it's not there, but I ain't seen it. I ain't seen the fucking hype. I've seen people bitching and moaning and throwing a fit that they're getting the information for free from a leaker instead of having to pay Netflix and pay Big Daddy Rockstar for it. I've seen people who are so happy to just part with their money for this fucking conversation. Hey, shout out Devil in Red Raid. Thank you so much. Is it your first stream? First stream went well? Hell yeah. You love to see it. I'm glad the stream went well, dude. Thank you. Thank you for the raid. Anyway, all I see are a bunch of fucking shills here willing to pay top dollary due to a company to be drip fed information on an overrated game and then have Netflix give you the information. I've seen people on X talking about getting subscriptions to Netflix just for this showcase. That's how wrapped around their fucking fingers the little pay piggies are. These people are upsetting spaghetti that a leaker is giving them this information for free. I don't even know. The word shill isn't good enough. The word shill isn't good enough at this point. It's so much worse. I've made a living on YouTube the last 4 years covering shills. Disney Star Wars shills, MCU shills, game industry shills in general. I've never seen psychosis to this level before. Gamers are worse than drug addicts. Like I've known so many drug addicts get clean. I don't know if I'm ever going to see someone who's coping for GTA 6 like this. Be like, oh, I need it, baby. I fucking need it. Give me more. Like, it's not even like, they're not even acting like this for GTA 6. They're acting like this specifically because of Rockstar. What has Rockstar done to earn this level of fucking toadies? To earn this level of acolytes? Fuck the people leaking GTA. Just fucking wait. Like, damn. No. Leaks happen. Leaks have always been a thing. All right? Why are they acting like leaks or anything normal? GTA 5? Yeah, GTA 5 sucked dick. GTA 5 always sucked dick. And this isn't revisionist history. I've been saying GTA 5 sucked dick just like I've been saying GTA 4 sucked dick since GTA 4 came out, because GTA 4 sucked dick. There's not been a good GTA game since the PS2. And I'm tired of telling people this. There has not been a good GTA game since the PS2. And there will probably never be a good GTA game again. That's neither here nor there. No, leaks always happen. Get the fuck over it. damn, the gaming community really has fallen. Not okay with what a company does to them, but yet they're 100% okay with a crypto scammer taking advantage of them and taking all their money. As long as the scammer he's pretending to be for the people and be a hero. This is fucking retarded. The gaming community has not fallen, boys. No, if anything, this is a good thing. This is a positive thing about seeing so many people be like, yeah, I wasn't going to get GTA 6 anyway. Or, you know what? Fuck Rockstar. Fuck Take-Two Interactive. Like, the people that do, instead of shilling for Rockstar and GTA 6, the people are like, I'm done. What, no physical disc? I'm out. Paywalled content, unless you buy the $100 deluxe edition, I'm out of like 4 circles. Trying to get people arrested over leaks? Netflix deals? No. Done. Couldn't care less. Hey, catch you later, Wiznotix. Appreciate you, homie. So yeah, this is showing that some gamers are okay. Like, not okay with what a company does to them. Correct. Okay with a crypto scammer taking advantage of them. Crypto scammer ain't taking advantage of me. Crypto scammer ain't done anything taking advantage of me. I'm just sitting here seeing leaks for free on the internet. And I'm reporting them to you guys. Tell me what advantage the crypto scammer taking of me. He's not taking advantage of any of you guys. You guys are watching me right now. So you're not being taken advantage of by the crypto scammer. Let's say he is a crypto scammer. I don't give a fuck. I'm not stupid enough to fall for his crypto scam. But GTA 6 gamers are stupid enough to fall for Rockstar's scam. I get Rockstar sucks as a company, and I won't be getting GTA 6, but the hate against GTA 5 and Red Dead Redemption 2 is so performative. Now, again, I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2. I can't say shit about it. And that's how you know I'm not being performative, mind you. Because I'll admit I haven't played Red Dead Redemption 2, so I'm not going to have an opinion on it. I did play GTA 5, and I didn't like it even then. I'm not saying they're games of the year, but if you played them and didn't have fun and have a lot of cool shit to do and interesting random events, you're forcing hate. No, I did not have fun playing GTA 5. At no point did I ever have fun playing GTA 5. Is what it is. Rockstar, we deserve another delay. Rockstar, I think I speak for every gamer waiting for GTA 6 when I say this. We want another delay. At this point, I genuinely hope the hacker leaks the ending too, just so Rockstar has a reason to push the game back again. We've clearly done something to deserve this. Punish us. We can take it. Punish us! He unironically gave us the Punish Me Daddy! He unironically gave us the Punish Me Daddy, Rockstar! What the fuck? No. No, I quit. Don't ever let this person near a child at a convention, in a Walmart, a school, in your local fucking GameStop. Punish us. We can take it. Over leaks, bro. Over leaks. Now, I also would like to see GTA 6 get delayed again just because I think that would be fucking hilarious. Sleepy Nova says it's not that deep. Homie just said punish us, Sleepy Nova. He wants it to go deep. He wants Rockstar to just... Ugh. Bro, these people are sick. Is it unironic? I don't know if it's unironic. I just have to assume it is in the onslaught. I mean, dude, followed by Razor Fist. Maybe it's not unironic. I don't know. You're the reason they have a chair in the corner of hotel rooms. Thank you. It might be a joke, to be fair. I don't know. I'm picking up your sarcasm. Okay, maybe it's a joke. But at this point, after all the leaks we've seen or all the reactions to the leaks, would you be surprised if this wasn't real? Even if it is a joke, there are people that feel this way, dog. I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but the GTA 6 leaks genuinely suck to see. We're this close to finally getting an official look at the game, and now unfinished footage is being taken out of context and spread everywhere. It doesn't do the game justice, especially when the footage looks awful after being uploaded to X. Whatever your opinion on Rockstar is, I really hope you can address this soon and show GTA 6 the way it is meant to be seen. Whether this dude is basically saying, punish us, Rockstar. The last guy, whether he was being ironic or not, is irrelevant. These dudes are out here sucking the corporate teat. Finally, this close to getting an official look at the game. We've gotten several official looks. We've had like 3 fucking trailers. This game has been announced officially since like 2023. What do you mean an official look? We've gotten so many official looks. They're milking you, you little paid piggy. Unfinished footage being taken out of context and spread everywhere. It didn't look that unfinished to me. Finished footage would be out of context. Reveals and trailers don't exist to be truthful. They exist to sell a game. Correct. It's marketing. And you piggies have fallen for it. Obviously not you guys watching because you're smart, but the majority of you have fallen for it. Hook, line, and fucking sinker. What are we doing here? It's fucking crazy. Whatever your opinion on Rockstar is, I really hope you can address this soon. Address what? Some fucking leaks happen. Like they happen all the time. Yeah, leaks happen for The Last of Us 2. Leaks happened for The Last of Us 2. And it turned out all the leaks were true. And the game fucking sucked. Sleepy Nova, remember for 9 months. I was about to talk to that guy. Wow, it's just a leak. The game will still come out. Yeah. They're just fucking leaks. Crazy. Okay, can this GTA leaker fuck off now? Leaking story stuff is too far. Get off the internet then. Don't live obsessively on the internet. Go touch grass, as the children say. Shout out to me, Nova. I think you took 9 months if I didn't say it. And of course, Charlie got in on it. Moist Critical got in on the discourse. What's old Moisty got to say?
Like, these are very legitimate complaints. But I think it's just a very convenient excuse to parade around as the hero looking like the good guy leaking GTA 6. Like, I don't think it's actually doing anything to help in those regards. In fact, you could even make a strong argument that this is just free marketing for Rockstar.
I don't know what would be a strong argument. It's definitely an argument that you could say this is free promotion for Rockstar. But I don't know that it's a strong argument because the thing's leaked. Don't sell me on the game. If this was marketing for Rockstar, then it would be doing its job of selling me on the game. No, to be fair, he said Rockstar. I wish I could boost the audio more, but this is a really small clip. I don't know. Maybe I can find it on YouTube. We'll see if we can find it on YouTube in a bit. But it's only a minute and 41 seconds. Anyway, no, I see so many people seeing these clips and being like, this is it? This is what we're getting? Like, people are being turned off to this unless you're one of the Rockstar GTA 6 mega shills.
Because now everyone's talking about GTA 6 and getting excited for the Netflix premiere because
people already were. That's a horrible argument. People have been excited for GTA 6 for really for 13 years, but certainly for the last 3 years since it's been shown off.
Again, what they're showing isn't what's going on Netflix, so now they're just showing gameplay that people are getting hyped.
At least Charlie's smart enough to realize that. At least Charlie is smart enough to realize that what they're showing is not what's being shown off at Netflix. For all the people coping, they're like, oh no, Netflix let this leak happen. No, this isn't even the same fucking footage.
For in anticipation for the trailer. So like, it's not like they're really facing any big consequences as a result of the leaks. Like, yeah, they're probably upset and it definitely is a headache and it is a crime, but it's not.
And I don't care. I've continued to say this. I don't care. Just because something's illegal does not mean it's immoral. Just because something's a crime does not mean it's immoral. I do not fucking care. I think that the nickel and diming and the predatory monetization practices of these gaming companies is far more criminal worthy than leaking this shit. I think Roblox protecting adult child abusers is far more criminal than leaking some shit. I don't think it's a crime is a valid fucking argument. Yeah, Drunken Ferret is correct. Do better with your security. Rockstar shot themselves in the foot by being locked in on the date with Netflix. They can't release the trailer early for damage control. Correct. Though Leon has way more backbone than Charlie, I have to say. Damn right, I always have. Charlie is an interesting figure. I don't have a whole lot nice. I've taught some shit on Charlie before. I think Charlie just goes whatever way he thinks the public popular opinion will be and sticks with that and tries to find a very smart way of saying it, but also like a very like comedic way. But I'm not disagreeing with him here just because I don't like him. I think he's wrong.
Not like hurting them. They're not going to all of a sudden sing a different tune like, oh, we've seen the error of our ways. We will make a physical version of GTA 6 immediately.
Yeah, he's correct about that as well. This is not going to change anything. Like the leaker, CyberLeaks can say over and over, this is about a physical release. It's never going to happen. Rockstar, Take-Two, GTA 6, there's never going to be a physical release. I don't care. And when I say I don't care, what I mean is I'm not out here hoping the leaks change their mind. I just want to see this game and this company destroyed. I think it would be far more valuable to the gaming industry and most importantly to the gamers and the fans if GTA 6, Rockstar, and Take-Two were destroyed.
Post haste. It really does feel like to me this is just a convenient way of getting a big old payday here through these leaks that obviously tons of people were going to see. So they're plastering their crypto coin all over it while saying that.
And yeah, but a lot of people bring up the crypto scam stuff. Again, if you're dumb enough to fall for a crypto scam, that's on you. I got no sympathy for the dumb motherfuckers that fall for a crypto scam. If that happens, see that's on you.
The fundraising they're doing is actually for a top secret project that's going to benefit all gamers. We're going to be blowing our loads because of this top secret project. That's where the money's going through this crypto. It's like hard to take them at their word there. Like the whole thing is just very odd, and they're risking years in jail for this. And I do find it.
And I do think that'll come, mind you. Charlie is correct in that they are risking years in jail. And I think that time will come. I think that eventually, and we see people, Nintendo has done it. Nintendo has gotten people jailed for how their intellectual property was handled. I wouldn't be surprised if it happens here. But will there be enough damage done prior? That's all I care about. To me, it's a very Joker mentality. And I'm actually not a huge fan of the Dark Knight Joker. Some men just want to watch the world burn. You know, right now that's me. I'm some men, and I want to watch GTA and Rockstar burn. If Cyberlinks and all of them they go to prison, I don't give a fuck. I benefited. All I care about in this instance is what is benefiting me. And seeing the destruction of Rockstar and the destruction of GTA 6 and the destruction of these bootlicking corpo shills that buy into every new game and they act like pay piggies and they pay for all the microtransactions and they'll pre-order $100 deluxe editions as if pre-ordering something digital, as if they could ever run out of a digital sale. Yes, I want to watch all of them burn.
A little silly that they're criticizing the monetization schemes, which is a very legitimate complaint about the games industry and specifically GTA 6 as well, while also pumping their own crypto coin all over the foot.
Again, yep. And is that hypocrisy? Absolutely. Do I care that it's hypocrisy? Not in the slightest, because again, it benefits me. The level of coping, the level of seething, the level of crash outs we're seeing from these fucking shills. It makes my heart so happy. It fills me with such joy and wonder. I love it. GTA 6 will not fail. I'm not deluded. I'm under no delusion. This is going to be an insanely successful game. But any way I can see it hurt on the come up, I think is a good thing. And that's going to be that segment. I didn't expect the GTA shillery to take a full fucking hour. By that logic, Charlie would burn too. He perpetuates and pairs normally idiot takes. I agree completely. I would have no issue with Charlie never making any sort of video game content again, because you're right. He does perpetuate the same normie mentality that has ruined gaming. Absolutely. All right, what we got next? Oh, right. That's right. To pair with this, to pair with the GTA story, Devs continually tell us it's our fault. Shout out to the background NPC. It's our fault now. Whether it be Halo Studios, 343. I know you're trying to change your name to Halos, but I don't respect, people's pronouns. Not respect. I dead name. That's what it is. I dead name. 343 Studios. Whether it be Bethesda, whether it be Rockstar. Remember, everything is always your fault as the gamer. Everything is always your fault as the customer. No, Background NPC is not a dev. She does really good coverage of stuff going on in the dev industry. So we're gonna watch it now.
Do you ever tell yourself something you really want to be true? Like, I am sticking with the workout this time. I am finishing this game before I start another one. I am going to put out a video every single week. Well, the people making our games have gotten really good at it too. Like Insomniac saying internet memes and criticism surrounding Wolverine have been a relentless onslaught.
Don't care. Get fucked. Oh no, an onslaught of memes. Motherfucker, people used to go to World War II, storm the beaches of Normandy, and turn into meat slushies. Fucking meat slushies. Fucking Gatling gun rounds ripping through skin, turning you into a puddle of goo that they wouldn't show on Adult Swim. But now an onslaught of memes. Oh dear. Fuck Insomniac. I'll move on with the two-banger. Yes, it's our fault for making your game subpar. Subpar is certainly a word choice. Yes. Shout out. Thank you for the two-banger, homie.
Bethesda protesters saying Bethesda makes great games people love, or laid off Halo devs stating Halo Campaign Evolved had a successful launch. If the last
Oh, yeah. So successful that all the layoffs happened after the game came out and is sitting at a whopping, like, barely any concurrent player count on Steam. God, I love this fucking industry. Never change.
decade has taught us anything, it is that there is an increasingly bizarre disconnect between so many of these AAA studios and the people buying their games, between executives and their own studios, between journalists and players, between what the industry says is true and what is very obviously actual reality. Because while we are getting LinkedIn post after LinkedIn post about layoffs, even from people,
and I hate to say it. Oh, who am I kidding? I love to say it. We're not getting near enough LinkedIn posts. I want to see more LinkedIn posts about layoffs. Give me more, baby. Give me more.
who just shipped a self-proclaimed successful game, I'm also watching players post celebrations about those same layoffs, some of them with millions of views. Gamers have spent years feeling like they were yelling at a wall, watching their hobby get more expensive in every way, watching their...
We were yelling at a wall when these commie devs really should have just been put to the wall.
favorite franchises get worse, watching quality continue to drop, while everyone inside these companies kept insisting things were going great. And at the same time, Western AAA has spent years getting insulated from reality, from its customers, from any real criticism, and eventually from its own failures. And while 2026 may be the year of the horse for China, it is the year of the chud for gamers, and more importantly,
I know a lot of people say that she is shill. Or not a shill. She's a plant. I've heard a lot of people say she's a plant or that she is astroturfed, that her rise was inorganic, that there's something funny about her. Like she sort of blew up out of nowhere. Cute girl, all these base takes, says them very professionally and eloquently. I don't think so. She does not put out content near enough. She doesn't put out content near enough for that to be the case, for one. She's no fucking Alana Pierce. Second, I think she's got lucky, man. Yeah, exactly. Roach King blew her up. I think that she just got lucky. She put out a video when she had next to no following. Roach King found her, and then she blew the fuck up. You know what happened to Kata? That literally happened to our homeboy Kata. Kata goes fucking like semi-viral. Asmongold reacts to him, goes mega viral, and Kata goes from 3,000 subs to 30,000. And yeah, I'm not saying it's undeserved. When I say she got lucky, that's not an insult. It's absolutely deserved. She puts out great content. But I do not think that she's astroturfed. I do not think that she's a plant or an industry shill or anything.
it is the year the market has finally stopped letting everybody play pretend. But before we get into all of that, it is really great to be back. I hope you've been having a great summer. I know I disappeared again. I am so sorry. There were some side quests I had to go take care of, and as penance, please accept this picture of my dogs. But a lot has happened over the past month, so let's do a super quick catch-up first. GTA 6 is coming to Netflix. The extended preview of the game, that is. I'll be honest, I didn't even realize we could reach this level of advertising, and it means that there are people out there right now paying for a subscription specifically to watch a GTA 6 ad.
Here's why she's successful, by the way. Here's why she's successful. Because she says all the same things that I do, that Asmongold does, that Hypno does, but she says it very nicely in a very controlled and calm manner with all the proper eloquent word choice. Good on her. Bless her soul. I never the fuck will. To me, it's kind of like the line of that Eminem song. Will Smith ain't got a cuss in his songs to sell records. Well, I do, so fuck him and fuck you too. Like, that's the way I feel. I can't do this whole nice, wholesome stick that she does. She does it so well. I prefer the more chuddy talk.
Yeah, well, but we also got more info on Kingdom Hearts 4, including its launch window of late 2027. I'm pretty excited for this, I won't lie. I had a lot of the Kingdom Hearts games on my old PlayStation consoles, but I have since sold them all. So I did the only reasonable thing, and I just bought the main trilogy on Steam, which is only like $30 for all three right now.
I can't get behind selling the physicals. Now, she didn't say when she sold them. Maybe this was a long time ago. We all sold our shit that we look back on and we never said fucking sold. I can't get behind selling the physicals. And you should definitely buy them physicals back. But you know what? If you're going to buy them back, doing it on Steam over PlayStation, definitely funny. Definitely better.
I'm actually pretty excited to play all of them again, including Kingdom Hearts 3, which, you know what they say, God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. Swords and Slippers and Knight's Path are back on my timeline, with one of the female characters being described as horny. And if you guessed it was the fully clothed medieval maiden with a little bit of cleavage standing there with her cat, you would be correct. Now, I don't think either of these characters could be described as horny, whatever that means.
Literally just a girl. Pure goon slop. Now, I will say, I think these ones can be described as horny. I also don't think that's a bad thing. I mean, maybe not, though. If I saw these characters in an anime instead of a video game, I wouldn't describe them as horny. So you know what? Maybe I'm the one in the wrong here. I actually had to think about that for a moment. They're definitely sexualized, but that's not the same thing. Fair enough.
Well, I don't think either of these characters could be described as horny, whatever that means. But these devs do know exactly who they are building for, and they are not interested in being bullied into building for anything else. The war on pretty female characters rages on, so thank you to the devs fighting the good fight. Speaking of which, we got more Tides of Annihilation. The combat in this game continues to look really fun. Gwendolyn is looking a little bit different this time around, but still absolutely stunning. And now there is some...
Is that the same address?
Gwendolyn is...
The Tides of Annihilation gal is fucking Grace from Resident Evil 9? I'll have to fact check that.
Looking a little bit different this time around, but still absolutely stunning. And now there is some speculation that Angela Santabuano may be stepping in for Jennifer English as her new voice actress, which, if that ends up being true, that'll do, pig. That'll do. Unfortunately, not every upcoming game has been having quite the same effect.
Well, no, they changed the voice actress, not the mocap actress. She was talking about the mocap actress, Artemis. I did not know the mocap actress was Grace. I did a deep dive on it. It's Grace. That's crazy. I had no fucking idea.
Which brings us to Wolverine. So for weeks now, we've been getting more and more Wolverine content as the game gets closer to release. And I'll be honest, this was never really a game for me. All right. And the more that I've seen of it, the less interested I have become. It appears some of the internet may feel that way too now. And Insomniac has gone on the record about it. Their community and marketing director posted this, saying, I think the wild way this algorithm amplifies and forces negativity upon you has me reconsidering my philosophy of telling devs to look or post here.
Yeah. Don't tell your devs to engage with the public discourse in an open and honest way. Oh, you mean gamers are trying any and every avenue possible to give you feedback on what they want from the industry? Oh, you mean games like Swords and Slippers are blowing up because they're listening to what gamers want, or just making the game they want to make and not go by some checkbox of what is just naturally supposed to be in a fucking PlayStation walking simulator disguised as a video game? Isn't the VA also the mocap? And it doesn't like Annihilation, maybe. That's not how they do it in Resident Evil. That's why it was unsure. Resident Evil has a different person do the voice acting and the mocap.
It is a relentless onslaught that I cannot believe is good for anyone's mental health, nor representative. A relentless onslaught. It's a really intense word to use, so I went and looked for this onslaught, braced myself a little, and it's Ben 10. People are making jokes about this game, reminding them of Ben 10.
Okay, well, that's not normal then. I'm not saying it's not the case for Grace, fair enough, but traditionally Resident Evil has done different voice actors than mocap actors. But with Grace, maybe that's not the case.
And that a chase sequence leaves a little red streak behind Sabretooth when he runs, so the modern audience doesn't get lost, and overall just a fair amount of memes about how they don't think this game looks very good. And then the rest of it, the part that isn't memes, is just people having opinions about the game itself. Really unappealing character designs, which Insomniac seems to take genuine pride in, the cheesy dialogue, the fact that what has been shown off looks like the same generic Sony movie game formula that we've been handed for the better part of a decade, gameplay.
I think it might be more than a decade at this point. I honestly think it's probably more than we're in 2026, guys. Gamergate was 2014. I think it's been more than a decade at this point.
And boss fights that have been done for years, and of course, Sweet Baby Inc. being involved, which at this point, most people can probably spot from space. None of that is an onslaught. That is just a reaction to marketing for a product you were getting ready to release to the public. But like clockwork, the journalists have shown up to defend the game from the...
That was what I was thinking, was The Last of Us. When I said over a decade, like the very first game I thought of that kind of started this trend was The Last of Us.
Evil Chud discourse, claiming that this game is yet another victim of the internet's endless gaming negativity. A victim? A $70 game with a multi-million-dollar budget backed by Sony is a victim. Because people looked at what has been shown off and they have not been impressed. That is the framing that we are now going with, not, hey, I don't know, here's why we think you'll love this game. No, the game is a victim, and you're kind of a jerk, actually, if you're not gushing with excitement, ready to hand over your hard-earned cash. What's even
It's damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's the funny fucking part. There have been games that I've been excited for. Like legitimately, oh, Leon's only ever negative. No, Leon doesn't like any games. Like, for example, we were on, Sevi was streaming Spider-Man last night. Sevi was streaming Spider-Man. And I hopped in the chat, and I was like, yo, Vital Idol Ray, because we ran into it, and I was like, fuck this game. And one of the people were like, is there any game Leon likes? No, I actually love 2018 Spider-Man. I was pissed off because my save file got deleted. I was able to restore it, so that was awesome. I was pissed off because my game file was deleted. I don't actually hate the game. There's myriads of games, modern and classic, that I'm positive about. I was super positive towards Tokon Battle until all the bad shit came out about it. Until the forced PlayStation subscription, until I played the game, and it doesn't feel as good as Dragon Ball FighterZ, a game like 8 years older than it or something. When the in-game cutscenes don't actually fucking look very good. Like, until up to that point, I was hyped. I was talking over and over about how excited I was for Tokon Battle. So even after being excited for the game, then all the bad shit comes out. Then I love E33. I don't have anything negative to say about E33. That's not true. I do have one negative thing to say about it, but that's sometimes the dialogue, the written dialogue, is a bit fucking pretentious. But they're French, so it is what it is. I was negative towards Power World at the start. I was negative towards Power World at the start, and my mind was changed though. I love Power World. Power World is great. I was actually negative about Power World at the start, and my opinion changed to a positive one. So the point is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Like, these devs want to call it harassment. These devs want to call it an onslaught. Again, people used to go to fucking war and die. I mean, I guess they still do, but I mean, let's be real. You can't really compare World War II to what's going on in the Middle East. World War II is probably way more brutal. But anyways, here or there. The point is, oh no, gamers have opinions. And now we're attacked for said opinions, despite the fact that maybe it's you guys' job to give us a product that we want to buy. and you fuck it up.
Crazier, though, is that this is Wolverine, one of the most beloved characters in comics, and getting the opportunity to work on a Marvel game like this should be a massive privilege. You have the opportunity to work with one of the most recognizable characters on the entire planet. 50-something years of comics, the movies, the cartoons, whole generations of people who have grown up with this character. But just like with Spider-Man, if you do him a disservice, of course, people are going to notice. If he suspiciously looks like a kinder version of that kid from Jumanji for some reason.
Holy shit, I ain't seen this meme, bro. Yo, that's diabolical. I can't unsee it now. Holy shit.
People are going to notice. But even with that being said, the bar for this game was never to go do something impossible. If Insomniac just had their head on straight.
No, the bar for this game was give us a fun fucking Wolverine game. Like you did with the 2018 Spider-Man game. Now, to be fair, I had very little hope for this game ever since Spider-Man Miles Morales. Ever since they pussified Peter Parker, they propped up fake Spider-Black. Yeah, like there was no way. Between what Insomniac and Naughty Dog and pretty much everybody under PlayStation's employ is effectively forced to do with their games nowadays, I had no hope. At least not on the story front. But at least maybe, just maybe, the gameplay could be fun. Even the gameplay just looks fucking retarded. It's just boring, bland, generic. Well, anti-woke cult normalized hating anything not made by honorary white, aka Japan, except Sony for some reason. You're fucking retarded. Calling Japan and calling Asians honorary white, making it a race thing. Everybody shame this person. I don't ban people on my channel unless they say shit that can actually get my channel taken down. But let's just start a mass shaming of this person.
The bar was supposed to be, go do the thing you already know how to do. I really loved the 2018 Spider-Man, and I thought they did a great job with that game, but they have just not been able to get back there. Either way, gamers are not here to protect a studio's feelings. We are the customer, and it is their job to sell us the game. People making jokes and criticizing creative decisions is not harassment. And what is so funny to me is how fast the blame comes and how familiar it all feels every single time. We saw it with Assassin's Creed Shadows, which said it was a battle that they fought and won. There was the Highguard dev who deleted his statements and his account twice. And now it is Insomniac with Wolverine. It is the same 3 steps every single time. The game gets shown off, or in Highguard's case, gets blasted to the heavens by Jeff Keighley. People say what they think about it, sometimes very bluntly because it is the internet. And then instead of anybody...
And the internet has not changed since 1992. Bro, I remember, when it was like early 2000s, getting hate mail on Neopets. Fucking Neopets, bro. Like 2001, 2002, somewhere in that realm. If you got hate mail on fucking Neopets, you're certainly gonna get some hate messages on X about your shitty ass looking fucking Wolverine in name only game.
in the studio going, that is an awful lot of people saying the same specific thing. The response that comes back is that the audience is the worst. The audience is attacking us, the gamers are bullies, it is all a coordinated attack, and they are always the victims. Which, if we just look at the balance of power in this specific situation, on one side you have got Sony, a billion-dollar publishing arm, 50 years of Marvel, and the games press writing your defense before the game is even out. On the other side, a guy who made a Ben 10 joke. But yes, it is gamers that are the Avengers level threat. But speaking of assembling, let's talk about Halo and how somehow they managed to make every possible mistake a Western AAA studio could make. Now, I was never a huge Halo person. I knew what it was, obviously, but it was never my thing. It was my older brother's thing.
And she's going to be called a grifter. Oh, I wasn't a Halo fan from day one. But I have opinions on Halo. She's going to be called a grifter. Guys, funnily enough, sometimes things in games are just bad in general. You can look at the art direction for Halo and realize that this is really boring, bland, generic art direction, regardless of whether you play the originals. Yes, I do not need sight to detect heresy. Based.
And it was my husband's thing before I ever knew him. The whole LAN party era, I was a bit too young and much more interested in playing Zelda to care about any of that. But
based. Zelda's better than Halo anyway. That's right. You could stew on that for a moment. It's okay. It's all right. It's true. Zelda's better than Halo anyway.
Halo is one of the most recognizable IPs in all of gaming.
Well, hon.
I would honestly argue it is Star Wars tier, and even if you've never played it, it is the game that your friend's older brother had, and it is the reason an entire generation of people know what a Warthog is. So, watching what has happened to it after all these years is genuinely very sad to see. Halo Studios, which was 343 Industries for most of this, has been making Halo for almost 19 years. Almost 2 decades of one studio basically doing one thing, which is what makes the reporting on Campaign Evolve.
Yes, studio doing one thing. And not doing that thing particularly well from the beginning. In fact, always doing that one thing badly.
Just so hard for me to wrap my head around. An article came out recently detailing an allegedly pretty rough development cycle. Things like not even realizing that assets would clearly need to be rebuilt for this remake, building in abstraction for technical work and level design across the campaign, which then reportedly fell apart. And again, this is a game that has been around for 25 years. And the studio that has spent 19 years doing nothing but trying to make Halo good again and failing hired another...
There it is. Trying to make it good again. To be fair, you wouldn't have had to try and make it good again if you ever stopped making it good to begin with. Halo was always good. Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, ODST were always good. And then they got bad because of you. Like you don't need to make something good again if you didn't fail to begin with.
Studio to design Halo levels. And underneath all of it, the studio head reportedly promoted people into leadership roles they were not even equipped for, leading to even more awful mismanagement.
Hey, thank you for the follow there, Mapile, I think is how you pronounce that.
And then what happened when the game came out and actually reached players? Low numbers across Steam and PlayStation, mixed Steam reviews sitting in the low 60s,
The fact that the game journalist of all people actually came out and admitted that was a breaking point. That was an eyes open moment when even the fucking journalist scum had to openly admit and acknowledge, yeah, these numbers are pretty fucking low for Halo Campaign Evolved. Like blind squirrel will be finding nut every now and again. Crazy shit.
5.2 user score, the lowest launch player count in the series history, and complaints about basically everything. The new missions, the cringy dialogue, the insufferable masculine girl boss, the account requirements, the enemy AI, bugs, no multiplayer, even the AI angel herself, Cortana. They germ at her. It is like somebody printed out the entire list of things that you are not supposed to do to a beloved franchise or, just to a game in general, and then ran it start to finish without...
I mean, first of all, if they do it to a game in general, that's one thing. It's bad. Bad games fall by the wayside and they're not remembered. How many bad games were there in the PS1, PS2, PS3, that era, the original Xbox, GameCube, the whole nine? Guys, there were slews and scores of bad games. We just don't remember them because they were bad games. But when you do that shit to an existing franchise, it is inherently worse because now you have a tainted legacy. Bad games, I get it. We all love the Concord memes. Concord will be forgotten, if not already is, within the next year or two. People bring it up as a long-standing joke that unks on the internet told. But if you were to do a Concord to, let's say, Spider-Man. Oh, wait, they did. And it was called Spider-Man 2. That's going to leave such a longer-lasting impression on actual fans. Name my favorite bad game? That's a good question. My favorite. I don't know if Grab by the Ghoulies is a bad game. I find it to be a charming hidden gem that just a lot of people don't remember. So I would kind of need, I want to hear you guys' consensus, but I definitely remember it being an unintuitive game. Grab by the Ghoulies had a very weird control scheme. It was very unintuitive. But I loved that game. El Murdoch with the two-banger. Helps the PS2 had like thousands back then. Yeah, I think the PS2 had like over 4,000 total games or something. Hold on. How many total games were on the PS2? 4,351 to 4,400 unique games. Yeah. 4,400 games effectively. How many does the PS5 have? Like 8.
Skipping a single one. And the parts that Halo Studios actually added themselves, the pieces that were uniquely theirs, the new missions, ended up being some of the most criticized things in the whole release. What is so crazy to me is that this should have been the safest assignment imaginable. This story already exists, the characters already exist, the levels exist. The game already worked and was extremely beloved by an enormous amount of people. You are remaking Halo, and it still turned into a case study of mismanagement, creative disconnect, lack of skill, followed a week or two after launch by layoffs, which we didn't even find out about through corporate announcement, by the way.
Now, I do think there is possibly caveats when it comes to the layoffs, because everyone was talking about the post-Halo layoffs, and they are real, but the caveat is, and I could be wrong about this, but this happens with most major studios that are working on a major game. You outsource in that you bring in contractors to assist with the production. Well, once the game is done, you no longer need those contractors. They weren't official employees of the company. So them losing their jobs, in my opinion, is not really layoffs. That's normal standard practice for any industry that uses contractors for a contracted job. Now, if the layoffs were actually in studio layoffs, that's different. I haven't seen any sources confirming that the layoffs were full on actual employees, Microsoft employees.
We found out because people started posting it on LinkedIn. One of the devs wrote that after 6.5 years on Halo and dodging just as many rounds of layoffs, it had finally caught up with him. Another dev wrote that his time...
Okay, maybe they actually were fully and officially Microsoft employees then. Well, thank you for the answering to that, background NPC, because I was curious about this. Well-sourced, well-put together video.
Time there ended following the successful launch of the latest game. Successful. Right. And while it is hard to grasp, I do think that there is a real chance that these people believe the things that they are saying. Probably because this is the language that was being used around them the entire time. That is the only feedback they got. That is what was shared in the company meetings. That was what everybody in the building had already agreed upon.
It is corporate brainwashing, and it's been corporate brainwashing for 12 years now at the minimum. And considering game cycles are a solid 6 fucking years nowadays, like if we've been seeing this level of corporate positive negativity, exactly. We've been seeing that for 12 years. It is ingrained in these people. And if you go against the grain, if you speak out about it, you're blacklisted.
What the launch would look like, but if your definition of success can include the lowest launch player count in Halo history, a 5.2 user score at best, mixed reviews, and layoffs 2 weeks later, I don't know what to say. I did not have high expectations for Ubisoft's Black Flag remake, and even they still ended up performing so much better than this game. And a not so fun fact to close this section out, both studios that have ever touched this franchise, Bungie and Halo Studios, had layoffs 6 weeks apart.
Also, let's add this. So corporate brainwashing the employees, shield fans on social media, and massive government subsidies and funding via taxpayer dollars, but only get said funding and grants from the government if they meet certain ideological criteria. That has absolutely happened. We've shown it's happened many a time. It doesn't just happen with small products like Mixtape. No, big fucking AAA games do get government grant money as long as the people that are making the game fall within certain ideological boxes. So there's another incentive to make these shitty ideologically driven games. Murloc with the 2-banger. Wolverine, I hear, is $330 million budget. Good luck. Yeah, you hear correctly. All reporting thus far points to a $300+ million budget for a fucking video game. Ideological criteria that have a proven track record leading to worse products. Exactly. Oh, I like the perfect toxic masculinity meme if you want it. I would love it.
All during Halo's 25th anniversary year, which is a pretty bleak way to celebrate a legacy. And speaking of bleak celebrations, let's go to a parking lot in Rockville, Maryland. After all the layoffs and the protests that took place last month, I honestly thought that we would get a...
All right, well now we gotta pull up the meme. Save us set the meme in Discord. Open link right here. Toxic masculinity. If you record yourself crying and put it on the internet, I hope whatever you're going through gets worse. Yes. Fucking true. Based. Whatever it is. I don't care what it is. Oh, did your dog die? Deal with it inside like a fucking man. Don't be crying on social media. Fuck Fido. If you're gonna post yourself crying about it for likes on Twitter, Fido's in a better place now because he's not with you.
A little quiet at Bethesda? We did not. Because on August 11th, Xbox leadership came out to visit Bethesda Game Studios, and Asha Sharma was there to see the current build of Elder Scrolls 6. The Bethesda workers there knew that she was coming, so to welcome her, the protesters put up posters outside of their cubicles, which management then told them they had to take down, or at least flip around. So the employees then switched to balloons, which is a weird escalation. Somebody sat there and thought about it and went, fine, they can take our posters. They are not taking our balloons. And then outside in the grass in front of the building, they planted 800 red flags, one for every worker that has been laid off since July of last year. And they brought out Scabby, who is a giant inflatable union rat that I did not even know existed until the
I said it in my video covering this, and I'll say it again. And shout out, guys. That video did really well, so thank you guys all for watching it. No other industry can get away with behavior like this. No other industry. If you had an entire industry of all your employees openly shit-talking the CEO, protesting the CEO to their face, fired, gonzo, Audi like 4 circles. Only the privileged, narcissistic fucks in the gaming industry can actually get away with shit. I'm not saying unions don't do this all the time. What I'm saying is there is virtually no industry in the world right now that still gets away with that shit. I have to deal with it at work like all the time. And what happens? You deal with it because you're a lawyer and they bring in the legal people. If they got away with it, then management wouldn't be bringing in lawyers to deal with it. So they need to find certain rules and things that you can use to deal with it. Certain things in the law. The fact of the matter is, Bethesda ain't even going to do that. Or Microsoft ain't even going to do that. I mean, Microsoft ain't going to go to their lawyers and be like, hey, we need to put a stop to this. How do we do it? The games industry just lets them get away with it. Lets them do it without even a hint of recourse for their actions.
happened. So Asha shows up to all of this, goes inside, looks at the game, and tweets out that the scale and grandeur of Elder Scrolls 6 are incredible.
I'll remember the 2-banger. Stellar Blade highest was 50 mil. Black Myth 42.5. Correct. 50 million. 42.5 million. Both those games infinitely better and more replayable than what Wolverine's going to be. 1000%.
And she is right. That is a lot of grandeur. To which the Bethesda brand account replied, thanking her for the kind words and the wonderful visit. So the brand account is on X doing hospitality, while the staff is on the lawn with a rat. Bethesda, if you can hear me, you've got to wrangle in your union guys because they are just having the opposite effect of what you probably want.
Or we could bust the union because the union shouldn't exist. We need to remove all laws for unions. Unions shouldn't exist. Unions do not do anything. Unions made sense in the fucking 1919s. Ain't no goddamn reason for unions in fucking 2026. Get away from unions. Unions are the devil. Unions are evil. Unions are commie fucking like communist propaganda. I don't know about y'all. I don't like me no fucking unions. Yeah. Union busting. Let's go. Where's the Pinkertons when we need them? People be sending the fucking Pinkertons to confiscate some accidentally obtained Magic the Gathering cards. Now bring the Pinkertons back in for shit like this. Do what they're supposed to be doing. Bust some fucking unions. I don't need that communist gobbledygook happening in my goddamn country. Marxism seems to be the dominant ideology in the game industry now, and not the LARPy market Marxism. No, you're correct. Actual Marxism. This has got to be Andy at this point. Yes. They believe that they should make money regardless of whether a game fails. They believe in sharing all their ideas and their ideologies with other game studios instead of looking at them at rivals, as rivals. You actively see game devs on X openly posts pro-communist propaganda. Yes, it is the dominant mindset in the Western game industry scene. Absolutely.
Every time I see them pop up in headlines, I already know that they have just done something that is going to be completely dismissed by gamers, and more importantly, by Daddy Microsoft. But it is not just Bethesda.
No, I'm not saying do union busting legally. I'm saying eradicate unions. You late to the party on this one, Seth, because you were doing work and stuff. I said fuck legality earlier. I don't give a fuck about the law. All right? I give a fuck about what's going to have the best outcome. Laws are not inherently moral. I don't give a fuck about the legality of it. We need to get rid of unions. Any means possible. Don't give a fuck. Fuck the law. Fuck unions.
Since 2022, there have been over 45,000 layoffs in the gaming industry. The projection for this year alone is over 14,000.
More with the two-banger. In no world should 6 Asian games cost 1 Wolverine. That's fucking wild. Yeah, you're right. 6 Asian games equals 1 Wolverine. And what ones are people going to be making YouTube retrospectives of in 5 years that are 3 fucking hours long? Certainly won't be no Wolverine game.
And you can look at a number like that on top of everything else that everyone's been hit with for the past few years and go, all right, that's it. Gaming is dying. Except when you add all of them together, you see reportedly that 95% of those layoffs are happening in the West, with the majority of them in North America. Now, of course, overhiring and mismanagement is real. Corporate greed is very real. Unfortunately, I am sure very talented people have been swept up in these layoffs over the years, and there is a lack of job security in America. All of those things are playing a part here, but at what point can we also all be honest and say, maybe the hiring practices we put into place and bragged about for the past 5 or 6 years have had a directly negative impact on the games we've been making?
I love her very long-winded, sweet, amicable way of saying, these motherfuckers don't deserve jobs. They don't. They never have. These, again, I talked about this. I remember if I said on stream, I was talking with you. No, I think I said this on SNH. I said this in Saturday Night Hypnosis. We all clown on Ubisoft. Understandably and justifiably so. Ubisoft is the fucking devil. Ubisoft sucks. There is not a single person employed at Ubisoft in the modern day that deserves their job. They are slop, activist, commie fucking losers who we don't want making video games. That wasn't always the case. You want to know why how it's not always the case? Because Expedition 33 comes out, made by ex-Ubisoft devs, and lo and behold, it's a great fucking game. It knows how to be a game. It knows what the players want. It is truly a masterpiece. So yeah, these people, they just don't fucking deserve jobs. It's that simple. And guess what? You're not owed a job. You don't deserve a job just for fucking existing, you commie bastard. You got to be good at whatever skill you're in to have that fucking job. Otherwise, let's go with someone else down the road that might actually give a fuck, be good at their job, try to do something unique and different, or most importantly, something that will actually make fucking money.
Maybe building teams around DEI targets, ESG goals, ideological fit, social politics, or really anything other than who is actually the best person for the job, who understands what it is we're making, and who genuinely wants to be here is contributing to the unsuccessful launches and cycles of layoffs. It is no secret that there is this environment of toxic HR positivity, especially inside Western AAA, and a lot of it comes from the top down. You are completely surrounded by it. I mean, if you are working at Bethesda, you can quite literally be standing next to a guy with an actual communist tattoo on his neck.
I would just like to go back to Hold My DualShock's earlier comment. The idea of positive rights is tearing apart the free market. First of all, I agree with that. But also, Andy, don't you feel pretty confident in your Marxist comment from a few minutes ago? Your Marxist, an actual Bethesda fucking rally, a protest from devs in Bethesda, and this motherfucker has a hammer and sickle on his neck. What are we fucking doing? Shout out. Thank you for, was it a follow or was it a donut over on Kick? Hold on. I think it was a follow over on Kick. Shout out. Thank you for the follow over on Kick. I appreciate you. Bro got the hammer. It should be policy for any company in America. If you're an American company, if someone has pro-communist ideologies, By default, you shouldn't hire them. I don't give a fuck what their IQ is. I don't care how good they are at coding. If they have pro-communist ideologies, they should inherently not be a good fit for the culture of your company. It's disgusting.
I am not saying that to attack it personally. I bring it up because it tells you something about the kind of ideological environment we are talking about here.
That's exactly, and that's what I was just saying. Imagine the culture of the business to employ someone with a hammer and sickle on their neck. Fucking disgusting.
What do you think the priorities are when that team is hiring? What does internal feedback even look like in an environment like that? Something like, comrade, respectfully, your quest is buns. I am joking, obviously. We all know that there is no real feedback happening inside these companies, which makes me wonder what these companies are really taking away from any of this discourse. Because at the exact same time
I'll tell you what they're taking away from the discourse. Oh, these big, dumb, white, chud gamers are Nazis. Despite the fact that we've got people like Vex Electronica, who's what is she? Brown, something like Bangladesh? Sri Lankan woman. Savvy's a Latina woman. She bitches about this sort of stuff. Cult Classic Cage is some sort of ethnic minority. I think she's like Puerto Rican and Irish or something. Point is, we have a whole lot of brown people, whole lot of women, a whole lot of these minorities that supposedly these games are made for, supposed minorities these games are made for, also bitching about this shit. Maybe gamers just as a whole are fucking sick of it. Sucking my dick is right. You're the chud, baby. Who is Sri Lankan? Vex Electronica.
We're seeing Wolverine, Halo, and Bethesda flounder and lose their audience support. We are watching smaller studios.
I like anime. Watch my most recent video drop and you tell me.
And independent developers put out games that reach absolutely ridiculous levels of success, games that in some cases are putting productions with hundreds of millions of dollars behind them to shame. And it is not because those developers necessarily had it easy. Pocket Bear has dealt with enormous public
The Western game dev cannot fathom legit Nazis. Well, that's because these are the same people. The people making these games, Andy, are the type that will say shit like, oh, they'll write villains, right? They'll write villains in video games that are evil, murderous, just like every level of actual toxic, all the worst sinners you could be, sloth, pride, lust. They'll write these villains that are just evil and vile, but they can't have them be racist. Okay, that'd be a bridge too far. We can't show our villain in the game being racist. That's the mentality of these people. It's fucking insane. Shout out to Mystery. Was not ex-Mystery of Matrimony with a two-banger. Nah, Cassie's white. The Pepsi stained her. Yo, that's diabolical.
pressure, harassment, and an entire population of Pokemon zealots preying on their downfall. Both Larian and Clear Obscure got dragged into witch hunts over AI. These studios have dealt with criticism.
All right, hold on. So, does anybody else think this is just Andy? That Gustav, hold on. I'm gonna pull up some side by sides real quick. And large. So, all right, Gustav and Expedition 33. Open image, new tab. All right, so we got our boy Gustav here. It's a bad picture of him. I should do one better, where he looks more handsome. Here we go. It's our boy Gustav, right? And then we're gonna go to Hold My DualShock's channel. Since Andy, you're in the chat. I don't know if I've ever told you this before. If you've ever noticed it. All right. See if I can just find a quick little. Oh no, this is Katie only in this video. This is the wrong one to click. Live. Oh man, I forgot. You make all your shit members only, and I'm a terrible friend because I'm not a member. Let's see. Andy, are you in any of these fucking videos? God damn, son. I don't like where this is going. Hold on, because now here's what we're gonna do. I'm going to, because I know I've got pictures of Andy on my X. 1 sec. Let's see. Hold My DualShock. Bam! Right here. We got Andy. We got Gustav. Andy. Gustav. Are they not the same? Are they not the same person? Keep secret pics of Andy. I went to X, okay? There we go. All right, crew. We'll finish this in just a sec. I just take a step away for just a moment. I'll be right back. Let's see. I've got. All right, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. Sorry about that. There was right as we were doing all this, there was a fucking my doorbell rang. So, all right, but yeah, as I was saying, anyway, Gustav, Andy, y'all see where I was going with that. That's what matters. Y'all see the point. Andy, next time we go to a convention, you know what you need to do. That's what I'm getting with that. Next time we go to a convention, you know what you need to do.
Controversy and accusations, but did they turn around and start fighting with their own audience base? Did we get corporate statements about the onslaught of opinions and memes and what it was doing to everybody's mental health? No. Now, again, I am not trying to make all of this sound like doom and gloom, because despite everything I have just spent this entire video saying, I really do think we are just starting to see a correction that was probably always going to come. This current version.
Well, I have time to make the same argument. While we cover a lot of doom and gloom on YouTube when it comes to the gaming industry, the movie industry, all these various entertainment industries in the West, corrections slowly seem like they're happening. But by the same token, I'm a white pill version individual. I don't ever think things going to be like as bad as. I know a lot of people have this like negative sentiment. Oh, it's never going to get better. Look, once enough money is lost, one of two things happen. It's either going to get better, or we're all going to live in the pods and eat the bugs anyway. That's what's going to. We're all going to live in the pods and eat the bugs, or it's going to get better. And once we're living in the pods and eating the bugs and being happy, I don't think it's really going to matter if we've got women and bitches with man jaws in our video games. Shout out True Asset Warrior. Fuck the Snickles. Thank you for the jewels. I'll check you later, Leon. Keep calling out the BS industry. I will. Have a good rest of your night, Artemis. Appreciate you.
Version of Western AAA has survived for way too long. These companies have had decades of customer goodwill behind them, enormous franchises that people were emotionally attached to, and enough money in the bank to insulate themselves from bad decisions for years and years. They could lose people, disappoint people, release something mediocre, promise that the next one would be better, and there was always enough goodwill left over to keep the machine moving, but things are finally correcting. The year of the Chud is bringing us more and more into balance with every passing day. To be honest, Bethesda is really what inspired this entire video in the first place, all because of one protester shocked by the layoffs saying, I have been told Bethesda makes great games people love. And that line has stuck with me for weeks now because I don't necessarily think that person was lying. I think
No, they think that people love Starfield. Weakest modding scene of any Bethesda game ever, and the fucking modding scene is what keeps Bethesda games alive. Bethesda releases basically a template for a game, and modders fix it. Modders haven't even bothered with fucking Starfield. Man, Bethesda releases great games. What's the last great game Bethesda released?
sadder possibility is that they meant it completely. Because if everyone around you said,
shout out to Hold My DualShock coming in with 5 gifted Words of Paradise memberships. You absolute fucking legends. Thank you so goddamn much. You know what? I think for 5 gifted memberships, 25 shekels. And just use this clip to explain to everybody who the real villains are. Here's the reason gaming actually sucks. It's the Jews.
Donald, write this name. Hassan Nasrallah.
Hassan Nasrallah, got it.
Next, Yahya Sinwar.
Yahya Sinwar.
And Ismail Haniyeh, Abu Obida.
Shout out. That is Andy. Andy is beautifuler. Andy is beautifuler. I agree. Andy is beautifuler than Gustav. And for the additional 2 banger, don't skip my previous super. I appreciate that. I actually didn't see it. My bad. Thank you for clearing that up for me. I didn't see that. But yes, Andy was the one that actually inspired that clip. So that clip only came to fruition because of Andy. Shout out. Thank you for the 5 banger, homie.
As you're doing great, and that the game you're working on is great, and the journalists tell you is important, and the consultants tell you that it's inclusive, the internal metrics say engagement is promising, the award show tell you that what you're doing is brave. Eventually, the only person left telling you something is very wrong is your customer. And eventually, if those customers continue to be the only people telling you something is wrong, you start to see them as the enemy.
I was about to say, like, they say the customer is always right. That is not true, okay? The customer is not always right because customers can be in the minority. If you've got 500 customers and 400 of them are telling you we like the thing and 100 are saying they're not, and the 400 saying we like the thing actually bought the product and the 100 that didn't like it also bought it, clearly keep doing the thing that the 400 like because your majority income is coming from them. We gamers are the majority. This isn't just a bunch of like, oh, anti-woke chuds aren't going to buy Wolverine. No. Because if we weren't the majority, you wouldn't be seeing all these layoffs happen. The layoffs happen when companies aren't generating revenue, so they can't justify the cost of keeping these employees, which means the games haven't been selling, or at least have not been selling enough to justify the cost at which they're being produced at. If this is happening, that clearly means that people like us are the majority. So in this instance, the customer is right. Game journalists aren't your customers. You're giving them the fucking games for free. You're effectively taking a loss on those, hopefully for some good press, and that good press will turn into actual customers buying the game. Except the journos have burned all of their goodwill for the last fucking 12 years at least, to where the people that they're supposedly marketing towards, you're sending these free games to journalists to do your reviews, the people they're supposed to be talking to, us, aren't listening to what they say because they're liars. It's a poisoned and tainted industry. That is the only that is the only way the mathematics work out in this scenario.
You can call something a successful launch. You can describe memes and gaming opinions as an onslaught that is terrible for your mental health. You can insist people still love your games, even when you haven't actually given them a game that they've asked for in over a decade. Even if all of those things feel completely true inside the room where you're saying them, it does not make them true in reality. It does not make them true in player reviews. It does not make them true in player counts or copies sold. And it does not make them true in the discourse in social media. All of those things will always be based in reality, and it is about time.
Evan with a 5-banger. The saying is actually the customer's always right in matters of taste. Shorthand is twist the meaning. I did not know that. Thank you for the correction. I didn't know that actually. Now that's the case for a lot of phrases. Curiosity killed the cat is actually curiosity killed the cat. Satisfaction brought it back. Blood is thicker than water is actually blood of the womb is thicker than water of the. I don't remember what the full thing is. But yeah, I did not know that the customer is always right in matters of taste. Learn something new. Shout out, Evan. Thank you.
Some of these studios finally join us there. If you made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for being here. I would love to know what you think about all of this. And what I said at the beginning is true, by the way. I really am trying to be more consistent with uploads, and I really appreciate your patience because I know I have been coming and going. I never want to be someone who is yapping for the sake of yapping, There should always be some kind of purpose behind the yap, and sometimes that means I sit on something probably.
I have the same problem, NPC. Don't worry. Sometimes it's just not shit that I find interesting. I'm never going to cover something I don't find interesting, and at times that does lead to a lack of content for you guys. I feel the struggle, NPC.
Longer than I should because I'm still figuring out what I want to say, but I am working on it, I promise. And as always, you guys are the main characters here. I am just so grateful to be your background NPC. So thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.
Excellent video. Obviously, I'm going to do what I always do, drop it in the comments for you guys. But yeah, at the end of the day, do I think the industry is cooked? Yes. Do I think that means that gaming as a whole is dead? No. I've always been at now. There's things I want to just die indefinitely. I want Rockstar to die indefinitely. I want GTA 6 to die indefinitely because those are overall net negatives for the entire gaming industry. All right, you spent supposedly over $2 billion, if we're being conservative, by the way, over $2 billion on a game. We were talking about how the budget for Wolverine being $330 million is insane. If rumors are true, GTA 6 cost over $2 billion over the course of 13 years. That is not sustainable. That needs to die. I think the Western industry as a whole can rise from the ashes, make good games again, because there's back in the 80s and 90s, Japan was killing it. Japan owned the gaming industry. Then the mid 2000s happened and there was a shift, and America started dominating Halo, Call of Duty. Like America just started usurping the spot that the Japanese had in the industry for so long. And this is what it led to: complacency, ideology, communism, and Marxism. It's truly a disgusting thing. Guys, the people that made Fallout 3 are not the same people that are working on Fallout 5. I would love nothing more than for Fallout 5 to be an amazing experience. I'm a diehard Fallout fan. One of my favorite IPs. I would like nothing more than Fallout 5 to be an amazing experience. But the people that made Fallout 3 are not the same people making Fallout motherfucking 5. So we need to see a purge. And this isn't exclusive to the West. We're seeing it in the East as well. I did that whole video last month about Persona 4 Remake. The Japanese version of the game will be censored and altered and changed from the original Japanese version to fit modern Western sensibilities. It's not like, oh, they're getting the original true version and we in the West are getting the silly censored version. No, it was censored in Japanese from the default to align with modern day Western ideologies. The fucking director pretty much openly said as such. Not to appease the West, but because what they believe is the majority Japanese sentiment now aligns with the West on this Marxist bullshit. So I think we're actually going to see a correction from the West while we actually see things getting worse for the East. And I don't like that's true, but I think that's what we're going to see. I hate fucking China. China's a commie bastard country. But we can't sit here and pretend like Black Myth Wukong wasn't a good game. It is what it is. Anada, I think, going to be awesome. I think it's going to be Chinese spyware, but Anada is going to be awesome. But I think that's what we're going to wrap for today. It's about 5 p.m. Need to get some food thawed, figure out what we're doing for dinner. I'll be back on Zach's show tonight. We're going to be doing some movie stuff. Let's see. Who are we going to raid? Assuming there's a fan rant Thursday tomorrow, I'll be on that with Hold My Dual Shot. If you fight your way into it, you'll get nuked. Or you'll get hooked. My bad. If you fight your way into it, what? I must have missed something. Oh, Dwarf Fortress is my favorite. So great, so growing, and proven under the original creators. I've never heard of Dwarf Fortress. Is Powder live? Oh, Tuna's online? Well, yeah, I think that we should raid Tuna. Tuna's done plenty of raids for this channel. Am I not following Tuna? Hold on a sec. Yeah, Tuna's live. I should be sub to him. I'm not. All right. We're going to raid Trauma Tuna over on Kick. Let me figure out who we're going to raid on YouTube. One moment here. Let's see. Shout out to the 97 of you watching live on YouTube. It was 50-something watching you live on Kick. Let me get the raids going. And make sure that you support whoever we're raiding into on both sides, because they've been great supporters of my channel. We like to spread the love around here. We're going to raid Hypno. I raided Wizard last time, so on YouTube, we're going to raid Hypno. And then on Kick, we're going to raid Trauma Tuna. Let me go. Raid. All righty, crew. Starting now. Thank you so much for the donos. It means the absolute world to me. I have the greatest job in the world only because you guys allow it to practically happen. Make sure to check out the video I did on the Crunchyroll stuff today if you haven't already. The Crunchyroll situation is absolutely insane. And make sure to tell both parties that we're raiding, Hypno and Trauma Tuna, vital idol raid. Until next time, it is all here in the Nerdosphere, and this has been Words of Paradise.